Hey Christian broadcasters, thanks for joining me today on YouTube. We're getting ready to do this live broadcast all about the metaverse. And I started thinking a little bit about it and I thought, why not invite you to join me and Olivia today in the KillerB Meta Office? Now I think you're supposed to do a snap thing or something to get us there. Hey, welcome everyone to the KillerB Meta Office. Olivia, what do you think about this? Is this weird?
Yeah, it's a little weird, but it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. Have you sat in a metaverse office yet? This is the KillerB Meta Office, and let me tell you, Olivia, the rent here is amazing. It's very low rent, very low rent. We have Christian broadcasters tuning in right now, and it's like you see the videos, like the live videos of people talking to each other on inside the studio.
That's what it feels like. It's weird because I'm like, do I scoot my chair? I don't know how far I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, I keep holding my hands out like this.
You're
You know what's
praying.
awkward though? It's like if you start picking your nose, it looks very. You can't hide that. Like I don't know if you can
Don't
see that.
laugh. Don't laugh. You know that creeps me out.
That's the meta laugh that she's talking about. It's
So weird.
kind of weird. Just like when you're doing live stream inside of a studio, you have to make sure you're talking to the audience. That's you, and we're so glad you're here. Very happy. Um, we're getting ready for this live broadcast this Friday about the metaverse. And don't worry if you're watching this later and you're like, oh, wait a minute, that was on what, April 22nd at noon? You're like, oh, I just threw that in there. April
Yeah,
22nd
I
at
like
noon,
it.
Eastern Standard Time. If you missed it, don't worry. At the end of this video, you can click the video at the end screen and you can go watch the replay. So, in preparation to talk about the metaverse, and we're going to show examples, I thought it would be best to do this YouTube video today from our KillerB Meta Office.
Yeah, look at the background. I don't know if everyone can see, but we're in like some really cool city.
It's very cool. And it's interesting. We actually have a camera man on the other side
Yes,
that's
we
running
do.
everything, except for the camera is on his eyes. So he's like slowly rotating with us and watching every move that we make. You're doing a great job. Good job. Olivia, I want to ask you a question because I don't want to. We're getting ready for the metaverse live broadcast, and I want to ask you some questions that you haven't been prepared for at all.
Awesome. I love that. Oh,
Because I
that's
think
awesome.
that, Olivia, there's so many experts out there, which we don't claim to be experts because let me just tell you, if you're an expert, you're probably already falling behind because things change so quickly, like the metaverse, here we are,
Yeah.
that there are no experts anymore. And I think that it's important that we start asking more questions. We're gonna have more questions. Asking more questions is ideal because you can find answers everywhere, but we need to be asking the right questions. So with that, Olivia, I got some questions for you today about the metaverse. How do you think the metaverse will unfold?
Whew. Well, I think, when you think about the history of anything, I think people are going to definitely be skeptical, scared, for sure. And oh, I guess I just made this up. Three S's: skeptical, scared, and slow to adopt, because typically that's how people move with new things. But we're not doing that, are we, Brian?
No, and I just realized, like, I'm kind of rabbit trailing, but I realized you don't have to worry about safe, like holding your fingers up. You don't have to worry about people taking your fingerprints.
You can add another S, safety. People are going to be concerned about that as well.
Four S's.
For
Safety is safety is a huge important piece of this, and we'll talk about that a little bit this Friday because they have things in place to help regulate the safety side of it. I don't know if that's the right way you should say that, but who's going to hear me in the metaverse, right?
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
exactly,
Uh,
exactly.
so let us know in the comments. We want to hear from you too. Let us know in the comments. What are your thoughts on the metaverse? How do you think it will affect your life or your work, your workplace?
Yeah,
Uh,
look at
did you
us.
see? Look at us. You're in Ohio.
Ohio, yeah,
I'm in Florida, and here we are sitting together in a meeting at a virtual desk. It's pretty cool, and it
yeah.
does feel a little bit real after so much time, doesn't it?
Yeah, at first it feels a little different. But now it's like, okay, getting ready to go to work, and boom, you put a headset on.
You're gonna look forward to the meta laugh.
Yeah. I
Have you
will
tried to
say,
do like the evil laugh yet? Like with
no,
the
well, with
pinky?
like a Dr. Evil. I do want to, if there's any investors out there, there needs to be some accessories for women when you put a headset on, like a special headband because my hair gets in the way. I mean, things like that. Any investors, let me know. I
I
got some ideas.
I got some ideas too. Like, okay, right now, like in this area here, I can see my desk. But you know what would be really cool is if they create a metaverse cup that you can see and you can grab it and actually
Oh,
drink out of it.
that's a great idea as well. Look at this. I like that. Hey, Brian, I have a question for you.
Ooh, yes.
How do you think the metaverse will reframe human-centered experiences?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Olivia, do you remember the time? I don't know. Okay, so I'm pretty young in the metaverse, so I'm not going to say my age,
Yeah.
but I remember the time back in the days when thinking of teleportation was something that you only could imagine. And with this new technology, I've been all around the world. I don't want to brag, and it cost me very little. Didn't have to pack much food, but really, I think that we have to start thinking of the customer's journey in the virtual world as well. Like, in marketing and business, we think about the customer's journey and the path that they go through and go down in their life. How do we connect with them? We're gonna have to start thinking about that when it comes to the virtual world. What is the customer's journey like? It's just another piece that we'll have to plan for as we, try to build trust with our followers. All right, Olivia, I've got a question for you. Another question for you. And you guys let
All
us
right.
know in the comments too. What are your thoughts on this? You know the label followers like that we have on social media? I mean, you're a
Yeah,
social media specialist, though. See that? Specialist, not expert. Specialist.
specialist.
Okay, so you're a social media specialist, and I want to ask you, do you think the label followers will even exist in the metaverse?
Whew, that is a really great question. I actually don't think it will. I think that this is, more of a connectedness type thing with people. And
Yeah.
so, like, we shouldn't want followers, right? We should just want to be equals and connected with each other.
I
So,
think that's what I love about this. Like, and you guys let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on this, because I'm looking at it going, you know what? Being a friend on social media, it doesn't really mean much, right? I mean, how many
right,
friends do you have? And then you ask yourself, well, how many people are really actually even connected with me that are our friends?
right.
But in the metaverse, I think this friends label more of a real meaning to it, because you're not going
Yeah.
to want to just be friends with anybody that you can come and connect and hear each other talk. You're going to have to be careful about who you are being friends with, but I think it could help us really create friendships across the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Just thinking about this table and inviting people into it, are you just going to invite someone and have them sit there and say nothing? Well, unless they're recording you. But
Yes.
um, no, you're going to engage with them. And so, yeah, I don't think followers will be a thing in the metaverse.
I don't think so either. Well, I don't want to give away too much because we have a lot that we're going to be covering during this live broadcast. But I do want to wrap up and I want to say this. As we continue to dive into this thing called the metaverse, as our team continues to dive into this more, I want to ask you, if you're watching one of our viewers, continue to pray for our team. As we look at new ways that if you're a Christian broadcaster, we're looking for ways that you can connect with your listeners, your viewers, and your friends in the virtual world. So continue to be praying for us and click like on this video if you enjoyed some of the things we had to talk about. And if you're an investor looking at some ideas for new headsets or new accessories for cups,
Sweatbands
reach
and
out
cups.
to Olivia and myself. You can put a comment, post in the comment, and we would love to talk with you. Um, but make sure you join us live on April 22nd. That's this Friday coming up to see some examples, more examples from the metaverse. And we're also going to talk more about thoughts, ideas, and how we can use this. And don't worry, again, if you missed the live broadcast, stay tuned at the end of this this video, you can click the video and go and watch the replay. So with that, all right, I think we have to go back to the real world.
Darn it.
Darn it.